I begin our gentle journey into the world of emotions with a quiet enthusiasm that invites every young mind to explore the richness of the heart. In a warm and inviting tale, I share why understanding our feelings matters and how every single emotion connects us to our inner selves and the world around us. Imagine a serene meadow where every gentle breeze carries whispers of care and kindness. It is in that magical environment that our story begins, a story where emotions are not frightening shadows but rather friendly guides that accompany us through everyday adventures. Today, in this narrative, we unlock the secret meanings behind feelings like joy, sorrow, anger, and fear, turning each into a familiar friend waiting to be named and understood. This journey reveals that every feeling has a place and value, and every expressive moment plants a seed of understanding in our hearts. Together, we will explore these emotions with compassion, using the simple language of nature and friendship to bring clarity and calm insight to even the tiniest hearts. This journey enriches all. In this gentle tale, I introduce a group of cherished animal friends who serve as our guides through the realm of feelings. First, there is Benny the bear, whose soft fur and caring demeanor reflect a heart full of warmth. His presence reminds us that a big bear hug can comfort any sorrow. Next, I introduce Lola the lioness, a symbol of quiet courage and gentle strength, who shows us that even the fiercest animals have tender emotions to share. Also joining the adventure is Tilly the turtle, known for her deliberate pace and thoughtful nature, teaching us that sometimes taking our time offers the clearest view of our inner world. I portray these animal friends with vivid imagery: Benny's deep, reassuring eyes, Lola's graceful stride, and Tilly's deliberate, careful movements. Each animal adds a unique color to the emotional palette of our story. They patiently guide us to explore feelings by exhibiting simple acts of care. Their actions, set against a backdrop of nature, highlight that every emotion is a natural part of life, inviting us to join them. Within our tale, I gently explore the nature of emotions, explaining that feelings are the mind's response to the world around us. Emotions arise in many colors and textures, and they help us understand our experiences every day. Every emotion, whether it is happiness that brightens our moments like sunlight, sadness that flows like a gentle rain, anger that might feel like a storm, or fear that sometimes whispers like a cool wind, plays an important role. I compare these feelings to the changes in the seasons. Each has its place and purpose. I invite our listeners to observe how the natural world shows variation and balance just as our hearts do. For example, a deer quietly watching over a glistening stream may feel content and peaceful, while a sudden rustle in the leaves might spark a sense of alertness or mild unease, similar to what we feel when uncertain situations appear. Our animal friends demonstrate these emotions in subtle ways. Benny the bear looks joyful when the forest is bathed in warm sunlight, while Lola the lioness sometimes shows moments of reflective sadness as dusk approaches. Tilly the turtle, moving slowly along the riverbank, reveals that even gentleness can come with worry about unknown obstacles ahead. The narrative illustrates that emotions, like natural elements, cannot be controlled but can be understood, named, and managed with care. I emphasize that every feeling, regardless of its intensity, is a signal from within, encouraging us to pause, take a breath, and notice its message. Understanding our inner weather allows us to navigate life with clarity and grace, much like a traveler who learns to appreciate both calm skies and brewing clouds. This comprehensive look into emotions opens a gentle pathway for every child to understand and honor their inner feelings with care. In this part of our journey, I illustrate how our animal friends learn to identify and name the feelings that pass through their hearts. I describe a sunlit morning in the forest where Benny the bear experiences a burst of happiness while he frolics in a field of wildflowers. His joyful expression is matched by the vibrant colors of nature all around him, reflecting a simple yet profound sense of contentment. Nearby, Lola the lioness faces a moment of reflective sadness when the golden light begins to soften, and her graceful posture suggests she is carefully naming the deep emotions stirring within. In this gentle light, she recognizes that even sadness has a name, a necessary part of understanding life's shifting moods. Tilly the turtle, moving slowly along a quiet brook, encounters worry when she senses unfamiliar sounds in the forest's quieter corners. With deliberate thought, she learns to call this feeling by its name, understanding that worry, too, is a messenger that calls for attention. As these tender moments unfold, I emphasize that naming our emotions serves as the first step toward managing them effectively. By giving a label to what we feel, we begin to understand the intricate map of our inner world. In our charming forest, every animal reflects this universal truth, that clarity begins with a simple word. I show how the act of naming emotions transforms them from abstract sensations into clear signals that guide behavior. This process, gentle and deliberate, paints a picture of how language connects our feelings to our actions, allowing even the smallest heart to find balance and peace amidst life's uncertainties. In this segment, I unfold the narrative of how expressing emotions openly can deepen connections and foster mutual understanding. In a sunny clearing surrounded by blooming trees, our animal friends come together at a small picnic scene. Here, Benny the bear, with his warm and embracing nature, demonstrates how sharing feelings can lighten a heavy heart. In the subtle gleam of sunlight, his calm demeanor reminds us that expressing emotions helps dissolve any lingering shadows. Meanwhile, Lola the lioness, whose every graceful movement speaks of strength, takes a quiet moment to reflect on the day's experiences, her thoughtful gaze revealing that her heart holds both moments of triumph and traces of disappointment. As the gentle breeze carries the soft rustling of leaves, Tilly the turtle ambles slowly to join her companions, embodying the idea that even a slowly expressed feeling can speak volumes. I illustrate how each friend uses their own method to express joy, worry, or sadness, turning these moments into a shared language of care. Through the simple act of sitting together, they show that expressing what one feels is a brave and nurturing step towards healing. This gathering becomes a demonstration of trust, where the unspoken understanding among friends communicates that every emotion is valid. The act of sharing, whether it is a comforting nuzzle, a tender glance, or a quiet presence, becomes a subtle dance of empathy that eases loneliness and builds resilience. I recount this heartwarming scene as a reminder that when we talk about our inner world, we invite supportive bonds and create a community where every feeling finds its echo. The vibrant tableau of emotions transforms the ordinary day into an unforgettable story of connection and care. Through this narrative, I remind every listener that communicating one's feelings is a courageous act that fosters understanding and love. Embarking on a gentle adventure, I recount a day filled with unexpected moments in the Enchanted Forest. On this day, the air grows cool and the sky hints at a changing season as our animal friends face a small challenge. Benny the bear, initially basking in the light of his joyful play, suddenly senses a shift as a soft drizzle begins. Although perplexed, he stays calm and acknowledges his mix of surprise and concern. Nearby, Lola the lioness, known for her quiet strength, finds herself navigating a wave of conflicting emotions when a sudden shadow crosses her path. Her graceful stride falters just a moment, revealing a quiet uncertainty. Meanwhile, Tilly the turtle, slow and deliberate, perceives a ripple of worry as unfamiliar sounds echo in the distance. In a scene filled with tender bravery, each animal takes a moment to sit beneath a large, sheltering tree and reflect. They silently recognize and name their feelings: joy, surprise, concern, and uncertainty, with a clarity that brings calm to the unexpected. In this shared pause, their individual emotions merge into a collective story of resilience and understanding. I emphasize through this narrative that every emotion, even those arisen during moments of change, has a name and a purpose. As the day slowly transitions back to its gentle rhythm, the forest returns to its familiar cadence, leaving our friends with a deeper awareness that sharing and naming feelings can transform a moment of uncertainty into one of learning and support. As I close this adventure, I invite every listener to reflect on their experiences, to use their inner voice to name the emotions they feel, and to share these feelings. The forest and its creatures whisper a gentle reminder: every emotion shapes our journey. In this final reflection, I reaffirm that every emotion carries significance. The journey through feelings with Benny, Lola, and Tilly teaches us that naming and sharing our inner world nurtures our hearts. Embrace your emotions, for they are guiding lights on your continuous journey. May understanding always lead you forward.